You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinga from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
And you're tuned into Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And thank you so much for tuning in with us. So many things are going on in and around the city of Detroit, the state, the country. You just have to take a breath and sit and say, oh my goodness. There are so many who have power outages still because of all of the storms that are going on around us. So if you know of some family member, friend, co-worker, etc., that lives alone, call and find out how they are. Landlines still work and with a power outage. Cell phones still work until their power is out. So just contact them and find out if they're okay, if some help is needed. I want to thank those of you who helped to support Hood Research. And for those of you who may be considering it, I want you to make your check or your money order out to Hood Research. But if you prefer, you can make it out to Watkins Broadcasting. We don't have any objection to that. But we would like you to mail it to Hood Research. And our P.O. Box is 4416, Detroit, Michigan 48204. Again, the P.O. Box for Hood Research is 4416, Detroit, Michigan 48204. I want to say good morning to some people, but Thabiti, you want to say?
Yes, shout outs to Brother Tyson, Sister Ruth Ann, also Cheryl D., Gwen Renee, Brother Fred, Brother Shane, Smith Bay, Sister Frida Washington, Sister Sheila Ragland. And also I ask you to have your family, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, co-workers to tune in and to have pen and paper handy. Information you'll want to record.
All right. I want to say good morning to Rosa and to Barbara and Ron and to Vera and to Jay way over on the east side. And we got Les way over on the west side. I want to say to Lisa and to Lillian and to, oh my goodness, so many of you, to Tyrone and Tawana and Tijuana and to, goodness gracious, it's so many, to Tom and there's just a what do you say, a plethora of people that we need to say good morning to. And you know, some of the issues that have been bantered about over the media, TV, radio, etc., and the social media include reparations, Thabiti, and the racist comments that are going on. What are your thoughts on some of those?
You know, it's unfortunate. You know, the problem, I don't have a problem with 45. I know he's insane. I have a problem with the people who support that ideology and that white supremacist ideology and who are in denial for it. Those are the ones that I really fear, because he's protected, you know, he's surrounded by all kind of protection, but we may be out shopping somewhere and we never know who we're going to run into who wants to tell us to leave. So that's one of my greatest apprehensions, is the people who we may take time to patronize as a business, not knowing what we're going into. And it seems also that they're lashing out. You know, if you're non-white, you're a problem. Mm-hmm. And if you're a liberal white, you're a problem. Mm-hmm. So there's a very collective group that really disturbs and troubles me. And I think that we have to, as they say, remain vigilant also. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. And it's I don't know, it's just really interesting that when he started campaigning, he started to wake up the good old boys and the racists and the Ku Klux Klan members and those who have been harboring their racism. And I guess it was simmering on the back burner. And what he has appeared to have done is said, hey, it's okay. It's quite okay, because I said so, for you to come out and just spew any kind of hatred that you want to. But it's going to take good people who know better, who know different, to stand up and to speak out against those kind of attitudes. And as it relates to the reparations, it's kind of sad to hear some of our own people say, well, no, it's never going to happen. I don't want to check. Well, hey, you can send all your checks right over here to WHPR. We'll take them, and we will use them wisely. But the issue is not any singular white person in general, white men in particular, who is being called out for the atrocities that happened during slavery. It was the government of these United States that passed laws that said slavery was quite okay. Oh, yeah, you can take any black person you want and do what you will. It was the government that did that, not just one person. So it is the government that should pay. They've not had any problems paying other groups who had been mistreated. It's only when it comes to our people that there's an issue. Why is there an issue? Well, I guess because this hatred that has been simmering on the back burner has been allowed to be spewed all over the place. And they're teaching their young children over and over again that this is the way you act when you are grown. But that's not acceptable. I hear that there's the NAACP conference that's going to have some coverage today and I guess tomorrow by the Medium. But the question is, are the participants of the NAACP conference are too scared to talk about reparations, too scared to talk about racism? For those of you who want to call in, please do. 313-868-4336. 868-4336. We're expecting a guest later on, but right now we would like to hear your input. Are you going to say at the meeting?
Yeah, I have an announcement to make. This Thursday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., July 25th, will be the 10th Annual Senior Citizen Summit at lunch with Council President Brenda Jones. It will be at the Irma Henderson Park, which is located at 8600 East Jefferson, Detroit, Michigan. Now, this is a free event. All attendees must check in at the registration table to receive your meal and ice cream ticket. Food will be served at 11:30 a.m. Everyone must have a ticket for lunch and for ice cream. They will not be serving food after 1:30. They have many vendor displays which will have different information you can use, I'm sure, health information and other information. There's also going to be gift raffles, great conversation, and live music. Now, you can RSVP, but it has to be done today, at area code 313-224-1253. Again, the phone number to RSVP is area code 313-224-1253. So again, that will be this Thursday, July 25th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Irma Henderson Park, located at, let me just be absolutely sure, it's 8800 East Jefferson. You must have a ticket to receive your meal and ice cream ticket. And I wouldn't pass that up for nothing, the food and the ice cream, if you had that opportunity. So again, that is 10th Annual Senior Citizen Summit at lunch with Council President Brenda Jones. And I will make that announcement again during the course of the show for those who may tune in late. And make sure you have your pen and paper handy so that way you can get this information.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, there is another flyer that we have from the Detroit Pistons. They have some activities that are taking place as well. Are we able to share that?
Yes. Okay, this is the Pistons Neighborhood Program. It's located at Rouge Park North and Bennett Park Pistons basketball courts. Now, this Friday, this Thursday from 5:30 to 7 p.m., they will have adult yoga with Yoganic Flow. They will have other events, which will be August 1st, August 8th, August 15th, and August 23rd. August 1st will be youth activities with Playworks. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead on the schedule because we will be making these announcements of the other events as they come closer to fruition. But for those of you, again, this Thursday, July 25th from 5:30 to 7 p.m., adult yoga with Yoganic Flow. The back-to-school event will be held at Rouge Park North only. That event will be posted at a later date, and you can also check with pistons.com/basketball for all. All events are open to the community, however, limited space for active participants. All participants must sign a waiver to participate in organized activities. Children 18 and under must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. Again, this is the Pistons Neighborhood Program, and all these events are free. So, this Thursday, be there between 5:30 and 7 p.m., Rouge Park North and Bennett Park, Pistons basketball courts.
Right. And they're also constructing basketball, what would you call them? Basketball parks, I guess you would say. On certain playgrounds, they plan to build 60 of them. And it's not just a basketball rim outside. It's basketball with picnic tables around and benches around, grass, flowering, trees and shrubbery, etc. So it would be very inviting, very family friendly, and an opportunity for locations for young people to play basketball, those who enjoy that particular sport. Now, Wayne County Community College has kids college. It's going on now. So for anybody who's interested in what they are providing, please call area code 313-496-2600. Again, for Wayne County Community College, Kids College, call 313-496-2600. Wayne County Community College has so many wonderful things taking place, and we're looking forward to the Medicine Sports Building, which is currently under construction, to be completed and ready to open in September for classes. You can also call that number and inquire about the classes that will be available in the Sports Medicine Building. It's being constructed on 4th Street, right by the administration building and the other school buildings, which is 1001 4th Street. For anybody who may not be aware, if you're familiar with the main post office, that's 4th Street. So it would be just east of that. And someone was telling us at our meeting that there are some classes that one takes and they get an opportunity to travel abroad, I guess at the sponsorship of the college. Now, I was at a meeting when this was talked about. So if anyone who's tuned in now is familiar with that opportunity, please call in and share the information you have. The number here with us is area code 313-868-4336. 868-4336. The beauty there is just so much information that comes to us and through us to the community, and there's never really enough time or enough meetings to even learn about all that is available. But the water department is in the process of planning a community meeting so that the residents here can learn more about the charges. I'm sure there are many of you tuned in who remember the days when your water bill was paid quarterly, every 3 months, quarterly. Say, for sake of this dialogue, that the water bill was $60 quarterly. Now we receive a bill every month for $60, or whatever the amount is that you are charged. That figure was just used for sake of conversation. But the bills come monthly, whereas they came quarterly in the past. So the question that is being asked over and over and over again is, how are you charging us? What is the rate? What is the formula? What is the insanity involved in it? It's unreal that the residents in the city of Detroit are charged a higher rate than the ones outside the city of Detroit, among other things.
I find it interesting. One thing that we've discovered over the years now is that we always ask, and we should demand actually and expect to have full disclosure when different things are implemented that affect the citizens of Detroit. We tend to find out things after the fact, but they don't allow citizens' input, and I think that that's shameful, and it's also disrespectful to the community because it's not that we're reluctant to do certain things. It's just that we need to understand the reason why and not have something forced on us that we don't have an opinion about. I'll throw this in and then get back to the water department. One of the things that, as we know, Police Commissioner Willie Burton was forcibly removed from a police commissioners meeting. And as I heard Chief Craig speak and some others from national platforms, news platforms, they say that the Detroit police were using the facial recognition for going on 2 years without us knowing. So I find that criminal, and again, similar, and I relate the two of them together, the water department, is why is the city or those who run the city secretive or not forthcoming in terms of actually letting the community know? Why do we have to find out after the fact and then we protest? We should have the right to say what we feel, which is what the police commissioner meeting was. So it should be for the water department. Why is it monthly now and not quarterly? There has to be a reason who made that decision, and do we have a chance to have a say-so as to let's go back, which may be easier for the residents to pay on a quarterly basis.
Absolutely. Well, there is, we've been told from representatives at the water department that a community meeting, this was upon a request. I attended the meeting. It was maybe 12 people there. They always had these cute little sayings. Well, we wanted the stakeholders. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll eat steak. But anyway, the meeting was 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, and their purpose for inviting the stakeholders was to say that they're going to dig up the median on Oakland Boulevard. They've done it in some other areas and plan to continue for the purpose of putting some kind of overflow trap, I call it. And the purpose, we're told, is to ease the overflowing. But it's really interesting that prior to Kevin Orr, emergency manager, coming into Detroit, putting everything into chaos, we didn't have those kinds of issues. We had the water department employees who had degrees, who had experience, who knew exactly what to do if we were supposed to have more rain. They knew how to adjust all of the mechanisms in the water department to prevent us from having to experience that kind of disaster. But, of course, when the takeover came, and that's what it was, there was no one coming here to save anybody. They came here to rape the city of Detroit. And when they got here, they eliminated many of the people with experience in the Detroit Water Department. So I'm looking forward to the town hall meeting, and as soon as we receive some information on the arrangements, we will definitely share them so that those of you who want to attend will have the information.
Mm-hmm. And I would add, what's interesting, because I worked in the construction field, is that, and I'm looking at it in terms of, as you say, the emergency manager, we have white-collar administrators who seem to think they know more than the blue-collar engineers and workers who actually do that job on a regular basis. I've experienced this in my own forays into the construction field, where you have people who have absolutely no clue. I've worked with engineers straight out of college. The companies I work for, they knew everything theoretical, but when it came to practical, they had no idea. And so, as you say, and I agree 100%, that we have administrators, white collar, who are charged to do a job but have no idea what the fundamentals of that job are. So you remove the people who are qualified, who not only gained the experience but had the training as well to deal with any situation they may come up, because this is part of their understanding and part of their experience and training. You get somebody from outside, they're just brought in to correct the situation they have no understanding about. We have to be mindful of that. And we actually have a caller as well.
Okay.
Hello, caller, you're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Hello, caller, you're on the air. Okay, it seems like you may be listening to your whatever platform you're on, so we'll give you an opportunity to call back again. And just a reminder for others who are listening, the phone number here is area code 313-868-0342, 868-4336, and 868-0351, all 313 area codes. We're going to try this caller again. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Would you give us your name and how you're viewing us, please? Okay, maybe it's our connection or something, but maybe call back on one of the other two numbers or lines that I gave you. Again, those numbers are 868-4336, 868-0351, and 868-0342, all 313 area codes.
You know, but getting back to Willie Burton, the idea that he, as an elected official, is somehow supposed to be under the thumb of the chairperson as a servant or something is totally ridiculous. The member of the police commission, Willie Burton, had been acknowledged to speak, and he wanted to speak on the issue at hand. It's not as if Willie Burton decided to talk about purple bells hanging off of the city-county building or something. He was speaking to the issue, but it appears that the chair and others did not want the conversation of facial recognition to be addressed by him, because they already knew that he's against facial recognition. I know that he's against facial recognition because the prior month he spoke on it. I attended that meeting, and they were trying to shut him down at that time. You know, they would say, well, no, you're out of order, you're out of order. Now, you can't acknowledge somebody and turn around and tell them they're out of order at the same time. That's just totally ridiculous. And it appears to be some kind of MO, method of operation, to undermine people who support the community. There have been too many cities, in my opinion, who have rejected the facial recognition. And my understanding is it was an experiment on Greenfield, somewhere between 6 and 8 Mile, and on East 7 Mile Road. And you're right, no one had received any kind of announcement that this experiment was taking place. It's not dependable either.
Okay, we're going to try again. Our engineer is working with the board, and we're going to see if we can bring you up, caller. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us? Okay. Okay, caller, we'll just ask you to hold because they're still working on the board. Now, in the meantime, I'd like to say this quickly. It's another announcement, and I hope you had your pen and paper handy. This is Detroit at Work for Fiat Chrysler America. Now, as you know, they're making jobs available first for Detroiters. So these are some of the requirements, and I'll give you the information to call. If you seeking if you're seeking work at Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, the basic job requirements are you have to be 18 years of age or older, have a high school diploma or high school equivalent, pass a drug screen. Now this includes recreational and medical marijuana, which remains in your system for 45 days. You also must have basic math and mechanical reasoning assessment and a federal or state ID. Now, the registration started for pre-registration June 10th. Now, Fiat Chrysler of America early access applications for Detroiters go through late August into September. Now, there are 3 areas or works career centers you can visit, which one is the Northwest Activity Centers, which is 18100 Myers Road. You can also go to SER Metro Detroit. This is Southwest. This is at 9301 Michigan Avenue. And on the east side, you can go to the Samaritan Center, which is at 5555, that's 4 5s, Connor Street. Now, if you're interested, you can also call 313-962-WORK, work. Again, that number is area code 313-962-WORK, or you can go to DetroitAtWork.com. Again, that's DetroitAtWork.com, all one word. And again, the applications will begin through late August and September. If you complete all 3 steps and qualify based on FCA requirements, you will be notified on how you can apply early. The interviews at that point will be conducted for conditional job offers in October and November. So again, once again, the area code is 313-962-WORK if you're interested in working for Fiat Chrysler. And I will make that announcement again later in the program for those who were not ready. Now we're going to go to our caller. Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mary Sheffield had went on Facebook and exposed that the facial recognition has been ongoing through some kind of database who got no approval through the board of police commissioners, and they got a grant for about $1.4 million. And so they had already, for some way, got authorized to do the facial recognition.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the problem now is that people might have a say-so. They don't want to hear any opposition because the grants are so huge. So we always know it's always got something to do with profit over people. They care less about your vote, your input. They don't even want your vote or your input. They just want people that's in position to authorize to just do what they say and go on and play like they say play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a problem in itself, and this is the reason why we're seeing more and more reasons why people are being ejected and thrown in jail because they're talking against those who are property to do things without your authorization and your votes.
Yeah. I agree with you, and it definitely appears that that's what's going on.
Right.
And the company that got the contract is called Data Works. That's the name of the company, Data Works. That's the name of them, right? And the utilities, according to the city charter, are supposed to be voted on by the residents. But there are some interesting ways that things are being manipulated to sidestep the residents. And one is with the electric department for the city. Magursky is what they calling the equipment over there. And what happened was it was kind of dialed down, put in mothballs, lied on, oh, it doesn't work. Well, if it doesn't work, why does DTE get electricity from there?
Right. It doesn't work for you. It works for those who want the profit.
There you go. For those who want the profit, right.
And I have to say that I actually worked over there back in the day, Mustersky Power Plant, and there was really nothing wrong with it. Basically, all of your street lighting was provided by Mustersky and certain other areas downtown. But again, we know the big fish try to eat the little fish, so DTE had other plans which would basically monopolize the whole system. as opposed to having an independent, city-run electrical power source. So we have to kind of be mindful of that because a lot of times, and then we look at our administrators, those who run the city, are complicit either by not voting against it or just being silent and letting it ride. So we have to kind of be on top of them as well because it puts a burden on the residents of the city. But they want to get their 2 terms in so they can have that check for life.
Yes. You know, I think that the residents need to participate a little more because all of the decisions that are made by the city council, state reps, state senators, United States representatives in Congress, and United States senators affect everybody in the country. And things happen so easily and so slickly that residents don't realize what's happening. So it's very, very important that people get involved in the political process, attend the council meetings, write letters, go down and speak, and the meetings that are held in the community to make it more convenient for you to attend. For instance, if something is held at Northwest Activity Center, they have a large parking lot, free parking. You can attend the meetings there. You can find out what's going on without being inconvenienced in downtown Detroit.
Right.
And speaking of downtown Detroit, let's talk about that little pretentious playground that's been plunked on Woodward Avenue between the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center and the gas company across the street. Right there on Woodward Avenue, between those 2 buildings, a little playground built. And across Jefferson is Hyatt Plaza, which needs some TLC, or tender loving care. But nothing is being put over there. But they disrupt the drivers coming off of the Lodge Freeway, which empties on Jefferson. And you can then make a left-hand turn onto Woodward Avenue, not any longer.
Wow.
Yeah, they say they've given that a temporary extension. They want to call it the Spirit of Detroit Plaza. You know, you put a name on something, people are supposed to flock to it. And it's very small in its space anyway, so it doesn't really serve a good purpose. It has a few tables down there, so if you're working down there, you can have lunch or something like that. But the lady who runs the Hart Plaza, sister, as a matter of fact, she was saying how they were looking to bring in other activities. Like many of you who are a little bit older in our listening and viewing audience recall when every weekend there was a different ethnic festival, as they call it, down at Hart Plaza. And I went to all of them. It was one way to know about, you know, the Arab community, about the Native American community, the Polish community, because everyone had that 3-day festival that was down there. It was free, open to the public, and there was a lot to be learned from it. So they're supposed to be still considering trying to find ways that they can rent the plaza to different venues. I know this weekend, I'm almost sure they're going to have the Rib and Soul Festival, and I'd be down there if I was y'all because it's going to be nice. I think it's $5 after 5 o'clock, but you can get in there Friday at 2 o'clock, before 2 o'clock for free. A lot of African-American entertainment, as well as African entertainment. It will have many vendors, many food vendors, as well as clothing, shea butter. But again, back to the main point, it's they're trying to find a way to utilize that better. And I agree with both of you that we don't need that Spirit of Detroit plaza thing open because it's inconvenient for me. I've got to go out of my way to get on Woodward because they've got it closed off. I don't like it either.
No, but as we see, they do what they want. It says that the Detroit police use facial recognition last 2 years, but never even told the public. So things continue, like we're saying, things are continually to go on to serve the very few and has nothing to do with the people want, or give the people even a chance to speak on it, vote on it, or even know on it.
Right.
All of this is one big secret to continue to, just to profit the few.
Well, that's why it's important for
And
us
we
to
got
be
to watch
involved.
this weather because we've been warned, according to the meteorological organization, world temperatures may rise up to 5 degrees by the end of the century. And the last time the planet warmed to the extent 250 million years ago, it ignited a carbon time bomb, which ended up killing 97% of all life on Earth. So these people that don't believe in climate changes, they probably got some underground ditch where they can hide from all the lies that they're telling about they don't believe in climate change.
It's interesting because we have someone in the White House who has a degree in nothing but knows everything. And
I like that. Yeah, has a degree in
And when
nothing.
we talk about that water takeover, we never seen so many floods since they
Right.
got rid of the experienced person
Right.
and put in the inexperienced people. We got flooding in the freeways as soon as it rained, floods in people's basements, and then they took over, DTE took over Muskerski's, and because of the heat or the storms, they said 390,000 customers were without power Sunday after the storm. Now, I don't know where these storms were taking place, but people still are waiting for their power to be turned on and being told it'll be turned on by Tuesday. And thank goodness the weather has gone all the way down where you can breathe and leave your windows open.
Yes, yes.
But this is what takeover looks like.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's more evidence of why people need to get involved. They need to speak up. They need to teach their children about what is taking place and why they need to speak up. Because it's with the unity of people in the neighborhoods that's going to make a difference.
you know,
And you got to speak up, and the only way you can speak up is if you get yourself informed.
Right.
Attend, oh God, I can't get his name out. Tom Barrow. Attend his organization so you can be part of stopping the rigging and the bigging on the elections. Because we
Right.
keep getting these retreads that don't work for the people. They just work for self-interest
right.
and the very few.
That's
interests.
right. That's right. And then also come with Hood Research on the second Saturday of each month.
Exactly.
Because we have all kinds of issues addressed by a variety of people from the community.
and I would add too that I know everyone can't attend meetings, but just consider the old cavalry. They always sent out a scout first to see what was going on,
Yeah.
and then to come back and report to the others. So
That's right.
even within your circle, if one person can attend this meeting or that meeting and then bring it back to family and neighbors, it would be excellent, because we do need someone out there as a scout to be able to gather information and then come back and share it. It's good if we can produce the numbers. Certainly, that's an effective tool. It's visual, and they know that we mean business, but we still have to make sure that information gets back to the community. Then the community has something, because we do have a grapevine, whether it's the barber shops, whether it's the beauty shops, we do have a grapevine that we can communicate through. But just to send someone to a city council meeting, send someone to be a court watcher, send someone to a police commissioner meeting, and then come back and share that information. Then when we get ready to make a decision, we're armed with information and not hearsay.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Absolutely. And for those on social media, you need to log in to hoodresearch.org, hoodresearch.org. That's HOODRESEARCH.
Another thing, if I could bring up, is the NAACP, who has been missing in action as far as advocacy for all the ills that's going down with the residents in Detroit. They returning to revamp Detroit with this big convention. I'm not even going to advertise when it is, but I'm just saying, revamp. What are you going to revamp? You've done not. I have not seen you in the trenches fighting for the pensioners,
Right.
for the takeover of the water and assets, for the water shutoffs. I have not seen them advocating against any of this, but yet you're going to make all this money and attract all these people to your convention. For what?
That's right. I've not seen nor heard. Well, I guess they need some place to parade around and show their new suits and shoes and shirts and jewelry.
You know, what's interesting is when we think of the NAACP, particularly in the decades of the 50s and 60s, when they were very active and activistic in their nature, they've calmed down to a point. It's almost like going to a senior citizens home. Senior citizens were active when they were young. Now they're at a point where there's no activity at all. And it seems like the NAACP has definitely taken on those traits. I mean, they're there in appearance and show, but when it comes to actual action and activity, they should be one of the loudest voices out there. The numbers that they have in terms of membership demand that they are a lot louder. So, but then again, just like with our politicians, if the constituents of an organization do not make noise, it could be union members too, then the leadership is not motivated to do anything. It's generally from the ground up. We all know that basically it's the grassroots that stirs things up, and then the administrators just kind of jump in on the bandwagon. So again, those who are members of NAACP, you're supposed to demand more than just a chicken dinner and a few speeches by a few people. Everybody had a good time dressing up, shaking hands, and they went on back home and nothing changed.
Right, or a so-called convention every 4 to 5 years to say what progress have you made for the people and the poor?
Yeah, and the results are no results. That's what the results are, none.
You know what it reminds me of? The half of the churches, the mega churches especially, who have been given exemptions so that they would stay out of the political arena unless they support the right
Candidates.
and the right parties.
I agree with you with that. But you know, speaking of the charter commissioners and the police commissioners, it seems that two people who are outspoken have been chosen to make a spectacle of them, to undermine them, to discredit them, and that one would discourage others from running for any other positions. And I'm hoping that the community will not buy into that. And I was glad to hear that Willie Burton has legal representation and plans to go to court. That's what's been reported. So I really look forward to that. Don't make an example of our people.
You know, the beautiful thing about that, and I'm glad he's pursuing that, is that maybe the attention they didn't want, they're going to get more attention they even bargained for. So this is actually, I would say, backfired on them. They tried to quell or silence him, but now they brought more attention to it than if they had just let the man speak. So good for them.
I say my hat tips to him. Also, there's a new report that warns the media wealth of Black Americans will fall to zero by 2053. What's happening to the Black middle class? Well, we already know because we're seeing it happen every day. More rights and more what you call racist policy. And remember, it was something else we talked about, Hood researched about how what they did in the real estate. They was charging more for the Black community to hold on and pay mortgages. So they did a lot of devastating thing in the real estate market to devastate Black homeowners.
And the more of that kind of information that gets shared, the better, because people begin to wake up and realize, oh, they are attacking us.
Yeah,
To
we're
be
in a war.
right, and attacks don't always take place with guns and knives and hatchets and bricks and all of that. They come in subtle ways as
Yeah.
well. And you know, I was hearing that someone was going to speak with the people at the ACLU as well. So that would be good, because we do not need to have members of the community made as a spectacle, to be singled out, to be ridiculed, to be targeted and branded as, oh, you're a troublemaker. The troublemakers are the ones who are seizing the land in Detroit.
And an interesting and I think very poignant note that you made, Theo, is that they're branded. And unfortunately, people who don't investigate on a deeper level what's going on will accept the brand, just like the 4 congresswomen who were singled out by 45. They're branded now. So no matter what you see, even when you speak of illegal aliens, which dehumanizes them by the term itself, they're branded a certain thing. Terrorists, they're branded. So this country is very skillful in manipulating the way people see things, and the media is complicit in that also by going along with a brand. Other people who just want their news like microwaves instantly. So unfortunately, but it's the truth. They want it instant, so they don't know what kind of ingredients are in the food. They're just ready to consume it. And someone said that this is this or this is that. It's healthy. I've consumed, I'm just using foods as an analogy, but I've consumed foods that, oh, they were supposed to be great, like the Arizona tea that Trayvon Martin had. I didn't know that it had the high fructose corn syrup, and I had got the health drink that they had. It says RX on it, just like you see at a pharmacy, RX. I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing good. I'm getting all these things, and then I looked at all the other stuff. So we have to be very mindful of who's branding things, and then we go around and use those same terms. So we even put more emphasis on something that could be false, but it's what we heard. So we have to be very mindful of when someone is tagged illegal or terrorist or civil unrest. It's civil unrest when Black Lives Matter protests of black killing, but when Michigan State University students start lighting couches and cars on fire because they won the championship, that's just it's not even looked at as rebellion. We have to be We have to be mindful because they playing us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, those kind of exercises. That's just youth. You know, that happens in youth.
Yeah.
But if it happens in our community, they get branded as thugs. So people need to be aware of how language is used, how words are being used to demonize those in our community versus those in other communities. You know, when the I don't know whether they were from Ann Arbor or Novi or somewhere else, but these guys, when the Tigers won the championship, was it '84 at Tiger Stadium on Michigan Avenue? They turned a car over and set it on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same kind of report. Oh, well, you know, they're just happy because the Tigers won. What does that got to do with the destruction? Yeah, right. Please. The destruction of somebody's property, and had it exploded, then what? You know,
But
no, they
you know
weren't
what
thugs.
I say all the time is that we allow the criminals to criminalize. We allow them to have us, as many people are accepting abnormalities as normal. And it's just a twist of people's thought pattern and their morals and their values. Come on now, you should know the difference. You should know a terrorist from a real terrorist. You should know a crime from a real crime. Come on now, how you accepting the abnormal to be normal?
Now let's not forget this phrase that's popped up lately: white privilege.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
White privilege. Yes. Now, the use of a language makes a difference. When you see signs around, street signs, with the names of former Mayor Pingree was named after a mayor in the city of Detroit. You know, Woodward Avenue is named after a judge. So all of those privileged folks are reinforced by having their names out there, the names on buildings, etc. But then when we want to talk about renaming things, folks just, whoa, no, I don't. Why do you want to do that? Because we want to lift up our own people as well. We have our guest that has arrived, so.
And we're going to take our top of the hour, which is
break.
10 o'clock, commercial ID break.
All
So
right.
we want everyone to stay tuned.
And thanks for calling in.
You can have your own party on TV. Party with R.J. Watkins and the TV33 family when you hold your own Facebook watch party. Connect all your friends with our friends, and we can have a watch party together. Watch your favorite TV shows when you want, how you want, with your favorite people. Here's how it works. Log on to Facebook from your computer or tablet and go to the R.J. Watkins fan page at facebook.com/TV33WHPR, the one with the blue WHPR logo on the left. Like us. Click the word videos with the red tag that says live next to it. Then click the share button at the bottom of the video player and select start a watch party. Invite whoever you want. Your party will be recorded and archived for playback anytime you want. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. At the end of the month, the viewer that has the most people at their watch party will be invited on the TV show live. Come on, let's have a party.
Women of Courage show is conducting 2 workshops Saturdays, September 14th and October 5th at the Southfield Pavilion. The regular tickets for each event is $20. Contact Renee 707-881-7363 for tickets and vendor opportunities. This is going to be a spectacular event. There is only one person in this state that can give a workshop like this. Contact Renee at 707-881-7363. Come and enjoy.
Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. Call 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
I am exoneree Aaron Salter and CEO of Innocence Maintained. Please join me in helping to end all wrongful convictions and please donate.
Innocent Maintained is a 501c3 designed to help in the exoneration process through housing support, ID, EBT, health insurance, counseling, and financial literacy. Donations can be sent to Cash App $Innocent Maintained, innocentmaintained.org, PayPal. Make all checks payable to Innocent Maintained.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.